with Dominic Lamolinara. And Tom, it's been a kind of a roller coaster type season, hasn't it? I mean, the games you've played great and the 3 we've gotten tagged. How do you evaluate this first part of the season?
It's our first year in the ACC, and I think we're learning the hard way just how good the conference is. And, we've done very well outside the conference. Hopkins was a number 3 overall team when we beat them. And, it's different, playing against such good coaches in the ACC like we have. We go into halftime. I think they're making a lot better adjustments than Big East coaches would be. So, I think it's just a matter of being able to adapt to the game as it changes, throughout the second half, and communicating. I think as long as you continue to get better at communication, which will come with knowing each other a little better, getting on the practice field, game field with the same people. There's a lot of room for improvement, obviously, but I think this team has the capabilities for doing so.
It doesn't feel like much has to go wrong in the ACC for the other team to take advantage, does it?
Exactly. They've got a lot of athletes in the ACC. There are a lot of southern schools, so everybody likes that warm weather. And I think Maryland's face-off guy, Duke's face-off guy did very well against us, so did Virginia. So, they're getting the possessions. We just need to start making stops on defense. It's just the end of it. And I didn't have a very good game against Duke. I don't think that's any secret. So, that's on me. The clears were, again, a problem. And, it's little things like that. Clears something that you do from, second grade on. And I don't know what's going on with those right now, but we need to get better at that.
And now Notre Dame this week, how big does this game become for you guys?
It's just another game for us. We're still looking for that first ACC win. We're not trying to put too much pressure on ourselves. I think we did that this past weekend. So, this is just, we got to look at it as our next opponent, our next game. And we did very well against them last year, so we should be going into this game with, some confidence. I don't think that we're the underdogs in this game. I think, if we can play our game with the athletes that we have on this team, with the shooters we have on this team, the defenders, we can compete with anybody. And I think Notre Dame's, nothing against them at all. They have a very good face-off guy, very good offense, very good defense. But, I think they lost a lot of senior leadership last year, so they're in the same position we are right there. So I think this game's going to come down to, who has more senior leadership, who is, more game experience, and right now I think it should be us.
Notre Dame last year, you beat them by 6 to end the regular season. A week later, you beat them by 6 again in the Big East semis. What advantage do you have on them last year, and what did the defense do well against that offense?
Last year, I think with Brian McGill, Dave Hamlin, we were able to shut down Matt Cavanaugh, and I think he's the catalyst for their offense. And if we can eliminate him as a threat, I think it's going to make everybody else work that much harder. And I don't think anybody's been able to shut him down yet this year. So if we can do that, we're going to put them in an unfamiliar position. I think we did that last year, and it proved to be successful. I think they scored 7 goals in 2 games. So, if we can do what we're capable of doing, like I've said, we shouldn't have a problem with this team. Obviously, we need to go in and execute. We can't just walk in there, roll the ball out, and think that we're going to get the win, like the Syracuse teams in the past used to be able to do. But it's at the same time, we still are Syracuse Lacrosse. We're the premier talent in the country. So we just need to go out there believing that, and I think if we can do that, then we should be fine against any opponent.
Yeah, I saw Cavanaugh go nuts on Virginia a couple weeks ago, and then you're back in the Dome this week. You've been on the road for a month. How good is that?
It's going to be great to get back. I think our last game there was Maryland. Didn't end the way we wanted to, obviously. So it's going to be good to get back in there, get some redemption, have the positive cheering for us this time. It's the energy in the Dome is always electric, and I think everybody feeds off of that. So it's going to be good to get back there in a familiar location, and waking up game day in your own bed is always a benefit too. So I think for the first time in the month, we're going to wake up in a routine, go out there and execute, and get away with the win.
All right, Tom, we'll see you then.
I appreciate it.